we're just live right off the bat. I'm sick. I'm not going to be talking much. Um, so Tony is going to be commentating, and then Wayne will join us soon. We're waiting for the ready from the home team.
Hello, good evening.
Hello. Do you want to stream for Wayne?
Hmm?
I was talking to Tony. Is he not in here? I don't even know.
Can you stream it on your Discord line?
Yeah, I thought Tony was going to do it.
Oh, okay.
I'll try doing it. All right. Do all the announcing of the teams and such.
Okay. So, um, teams tonight will be the GgG versus the DDE, and it seems that the DDE has kicked off, and Irvin Irvine will be the one to return it.
Hello, I'm
As I said,
here.
all right, Tony, can you announce the GgG squad?
Nah, Lem usually does the intros. You got it.
Oh, all right.
That's your
They're going
voice,
so
anyways.
fast.
I
They're
know
going so fast.
they are. They are.
All right, so on the blue team, who they have not changed the colors, are Finn at QB, Gurley at wide receiver, and Irvine at the running back position. And just like that, Dan gets the first sack on Finn after last week the Apes, aka and specifically Devin, got a record-breaking 15 sacks on Finn.
Lemnos with the first admin interference, maybe in Blitz history, causing a mishike, telling them to do their colors. A lot of people thought we'd see Irvine back on wide receiver, but it seems Gurley is on RB. That's a good catch. After the hiking issues last week.
This is our first chance at seeing Romo's team play, and so far they have 2 sacks and recently acquired Dan with all of them. What do you think about their defense, or what do you predict their defense going to be like, Tony?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. They made 2 transactions before their season even began. But I mean, if Dan can even be 50% of what he was to start last season, they still have a good blitzer. Should be a good defensive squad. Kite's pretty good at coverage when he's locked in. It's really Dan's hard blitzing here. Finn's been practicing, telling himself to take the sneak when he has to, but it's really going to come down to the icon game because Irvine's just always open for icons, kind of like you and Prism and myself, WSK, all the good RBs.
Yeah. Also, like trusting your RBs or your blanket icons to always be in the right spot and be able to catch those.
Finn just throwing it up. That's it. Oh my goodness, that's just a
Oh.
horrible throw. He's just not even reading it. Oh, there you go. I mean, I was gonna say Romo's the one who kind of needs to prove himself the most on defense, in my opinion, because we just couldn't stop anyone last season, whether it was me, him, and CJ or him, CJ, and Dan. So, and he gets an interception on his first possession of the season. All he does is throw peepees. Good throwaway. Instead of taking a 2-yard sack. Gurley had 6 sacks last week against Smith, so we'll see if he can try to match those numbers.
Do you
Romo
think
just
that
go ahead.
do you think that the meta seems to be, when the play's not there, just throw it away instead of taking those sacks?
You know, that's always a hot topic of debate, right? But the way Lem kind of struggled last week throwing it away, just resulting in so many dead plays, it almost feels like it hurts momentum. And then you could always get, so not that one, obviously that one has no punishment, but you can always get a jump ball that just gets a bad spawn int. So
You're absolutely right. I'm just wondering because on the game with mine versus the dancing turkeys, it seems the turkeys had a lot of success jumping balls against us, and
true.
we took a lot of bad sacks.
That that is true. Ooh, it's just always a PP. How could I doubt it?
Good
Yeah, it's
catch.
true. Maybe if like you have a receiver that you know can moss, but I feel like there's very few of those this season. A lot of the really good skill position players are on RB this season. So Turk was like the enigma. What do we got? That one might be straight back to Finn. Should be blockable. There you go.
Second down.
I'd like to see Romo. That's what I was going to say earlier. He kind of takes pride in his sneak ability, and I don't think he's ran a single time so far. So be nice for him to try and get in the groove running instead of just chucking it up.
Okay. He might be just finding his rhythm first.
Yeah,
This is his first game of the season, and here's an icon pass to Kite.
great icon, but risky boost. You kind of saw it right there. I feel like a good blitzer there. Romo just rolled in place for 5 seconds. So I really
Yeah,
feel like he could get the run whenever he wants, but he's rolling either way. I mean, Gurley's got to read that. He's just doing the same roll every play. You just got to dive straight, get that sack. Oh,
oh,
good try on the yak.
yes.
Who do you think wins this?
Um, I think that the Dong Energy got the overall better team at the moment. Um, so my brain says that they'll win, but I'll be rooting for the GGG.
Second down.
What about you, Tony?
Yeah, it feels like, I don't know. I mean, it feels like their defense should be good. GGG, but DDE, like you're saying, feels like a complete team. Like they shouldn't really have a weakness.
Yeah, it's three veterans of the game versus two plus a girly.
Could be his first sack here. Oh, just throws it
Oh,
away.
er,
That's it. Yeah. That's kind of what we saw. And this is what I was worried about was Dan and Romo's chemistry. Because I know in the playoffs last season, there were times where this is going to be wide open. There were times where like Romo would want Dan not to go or to go, and they just weren't on the same page. And that's exactly what happened on that interception.
yeah, it'll be interesting to hear post game what happened there for sure.
Yeah, it looked like Dan was about to come back for the icon, and Romo just said, "Nah, block it." He was kind of out of position after. Good sack.
Second down.
So that 3, I think.
That's our league leading sack taker right there.
That's what I was gonna say. I think if that is 3 fins at 18 off 50 minutes of play, good run here.
Making a run for it.
Should have his boost again. Oh, almost. Well, this one looks like it could be another slugfest, kind of like your game was. Lots of defense.
Yeah, I think I had a conversation with Finn before this game, and I think after that first INT, he's definitely going to be in the sneaking mindset right now.
And a good spy, great spy. I mean, this should just be a sack after the spy. Yep,
Fourth down.
Oh.
phenomenal play by Dan. He read that Irvine was getting open for their icon, and he just took it away.
Going back to the prediction, Tony, you said you were going for the DDEs to win this game, right?
Yeah, I guess I didn't say it outright, but yeah, they do seem like they're favored on paper. I feel like, I don't know. I think Gurley, this is a sack for sure, right? He's just gonna throw it up. Nope.
Oh
You can't do
my.
that. I feel like even if Finn gets his head out of his ass because he's just playing horribly right now, I feel like Gurley gets real nervous because he wants to prove himself to a lot of people, and he's gonna have a bad hike at a wrong time, and it might cost them.
And then takes another sack. You're
Yeah,
right. You're
Finn
right.
5 sacks. I mean, you're not even giving your skill position players a chance.
He's running.
Oh, Gurley. I think Gurley had it.
He did have it. He didn't commit to the angle. See if Romo just runs it 4 times here. I mean, they need some points. Their defense is playing phenomenally. I don't see something good. Oh, it's a counter roll. I was going to say I don't see something good coming here, but Finn just didn't stay true. Good throw.
Yeah. That's was very interesting given the fact that they didn't like the skinny was the only thing that Irv was covering at the top, and Finn had no reason to stay above the mid
Yeah,
there.
that's what I was going to say. It seemed like they had everything covered, so if he throws it, it's a disaster, but he just gave up the one spot that was open. I mean, I did point it out last week, kind of just giving Finn shit, as we all like to do, because he's a good sport, but like, he had 7 tackles and 0 defensive stats beside that last week, and he's the first one to give up a touchdown this week as well, so.
The kick is up.
Good recovery by Irv. And a good return. So much has happened. Who even started with the ball? Was it Finn? He threw their interception, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So they're almost guaranteed DDE gets the ball back with the pace of play that Finn has.
It'll be heartbreaking now that I believe we'll see a lot of Finn sneaking here if he gets a fumble.
That would be a big tilter, yes.
He's running with
Good tackle.
The switch by Dan and Romo.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that I haven't seen Dan on much this week myself. Romo almost never gets to play pubs, so their defense looks like they've been practicing for 2 weeks. Quick slant, easy catch. Gurley does need to break that bad habit. He did it at least 3 times against us last week where he catches the ball and runs backwards. I know it's only a 2-yard difference, but could make third down a little harder if they don't get something here. A little bit of lag spike. Maybe
It's
some
gonna go
hacks
today.
defense. Oh!
Oh, good catch.
Kite just, he second guessed himself. It was a great catch though, like he said. Great patience by Finn too on the hacks D. He just didn't force it. Another good icon. Oh, could be a touch. Yep, should
This
be a
is a
touchdown.
touchdown.
Yeah. He's got the boost. Boom! There it is.
They're going for 2.
It's another theme of this season so far is QB missed tackles.
Way to go, Irvine, with a great yak for the touchdown.
Yeah, that was a great little juke. Turning a hook, essentially, into a touchdown is always one hell of a skill feat.
Ben loves to go middle during these 2-point conversions. Let's see what he does here.
Yeah, it looks like he's looking for mid.
Oh,
Should be good. Great throw, great catch. That's
Great.
Dan too. I had my teams confused. I'm like, oh, Gurley's probably not going to spy. I mean, Dan should have spied that. He was kind of in no man's land. He wasn't blitzing and he wasn't spying hard enough.
Yeah, I think that was just a good rate placement and good chemistry between Irv and Finn there because like you said, Dan was so close to it, but just a little too far.
Yep. So the big plays, I mean, it's Finn showing patience, not being rattled by all the sacks. I don't think there was a sack on that drive either.
Flattens him. First down.
Kite and Romo were also teammates last season and were in a lot of close games. Well, I guess Romo didn't play that much, but I know Kite was in a lot of close heartbreakers last season. The situation plays into their hands. They get the ball back at halftime. You just go score a touchdown.
Wide
Good
open.
icon.
First down.
That's BPTO with the catch.
Decapitated him. First down.
It doesn't seem like the GGG has been able to really put together some consecutive stops. It seems like offenses have been moving on them quite easily so far this season.
Yeah, I think our only turnover was, like, official turnover was Smith misclicking RB instead of field goal.
Yeah.
And
Oh, here we go.
talking trash. Yep, there it is. And yeah, their one interception this game was a kind of Romo just not on the same page, more so than a defensive great play. Good coverage by Irv on the int for sure, but how about we're waiting to, let's put it like this, we're waiting to say Finn's name in a positive light on defense. Just
That's
anything,
right.
a SWAT, you know.
He's making a run for
There you
it.
go. I'll give him the positive affirmation right there. That was his coverage leading to that tackle. So
Perhaps DDE slows it down here. You don't really want to give the GGG time to go back the other way before the half ends.
yeah, you, Finn, Prism are all masters of like the 2-minute drill. Other than Finn calling timeout at the 2-minute
He's
warning.
wide open.
But you guys get down the field very quickly. So if they score pre 2 minutes, it's not really what you want.
Yeah.
And he runs out, so that stops the clock. That's a boo boo.
It also seems so far that it seems like Dan and Kaya both are able to find the safety blanket areas
Yeah.
to bail Romo on some of the broken plays, and that's going to be huge for them this season and this game.
Yeah, I think they both have at least 2 icons, which is, it's hard to get that chemistry without running into each other trying to get open for the icons. So they're definitely playing the spacing right, like you're saying.
Yeah. Oh, here's a quick handoff. I love to see some handoffs. Way to go, DDE.
There it is. Yep. Some quarterbacks absolutely refuse to do handoffs. And a good block by Romo to get him a couple yards there too. What's your call at this distance? It's usually just a skinny or something.
Skinnies if you want to go for that touchdown. If you want to play it safe, you want to stick to the sideline. So I think Romo's going to stick to the sidelines, and if it's not open, he's probably going to take the sneak.
Yeah, it looks like you were right. It looked like it was the slant down. And he'll just take the couple yards.
Yeah.
Time is winding down.
I think this is third downs is where it might be a good if you want to risk it, you could take the skinny here, or maybe an opposite side roll throw. But also like this is where like the rookie QBs or the less experienced QBs is knowing that in this situation it's okay to take a sneak to get closer to the first down. And he might just go for the sneak. I think
Really should
Gurley.
have him 1 yard short. Oh, he gets the I mean, there's no other way to say it. He gets the lucky first down there.
Yeah,
That
but
could go
also,
either way on the tackle.
I think a little bit of tip for Gurley there is to hold on to that boost. I think if he held on to that boost, he could have
He
maybe
recovers. Yeah.
prevented it from being a first down.
Here it is
Looks like
again. I think Gurley played 2 snaps in coverage last week. One was incomplete and one was a touchdown. It looks like this one is.
Juggles it.
Stay with it! Yes, what a block.
Third
let's
down.
go Gurley.
What a block. There it is. I mean, hey, he guarded that better than Finn did. He recovered even though he got past him. So
Way to stay true.
that's his first, might be his first career SWAT. Also, let's talk about the fact they got to delay a game on first down. So they're one play from maybe having to kick a field goal.
Yeah, but the good news is they also are wasting this clock as much as they can.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing this is a sneak.
Oh, no. Oh,
Good
no.
throw. Good throw and good decision.
Great throw, great decision. I mean, I'm sorry, bad defense. Either one of them could have boosted back. Gurley kind of boosted towards, and Irv just kind of reacted slow. But yeah, great throw, great play.
Yeah.
And that
I
is
think
the risk there by having Gurley in coverage, because he's not going to know, without the reps, he's not going to know the timing to switch with Irv.
Yeah, I agree. I think the chemistry and the trust in one another too, right? Like, I believe if Irv was playing with other more experienced players, he would have totally backed off there. But
Yeah.
maybe just didn't trust that Gurley would switch.
And as you were saying, they did huge clock control. 34 seconds. You've got one play to get 20 yards, and then you're chucking it up anyway. So
And the DDE will start the ball in the second half, which is huge.
yeah,
He's making a run for it.
that's
First down.
an interesting decision, but maybe nothing was open.
Might be just looking to settle for a field goal if he can, but
Yeah,
it'll be very difficult for sure.
yeah, because I think to throw it, 30 yards, I think it takes around 20 seconds, so they'd have to get out right away.
We got a jump ball coming here. Over Urban.
Oh, the 1v1 on the bot? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
give it to him.
I guess not. Oh, it is. It is.
Still 1v1? It's gonna be
Yeah.
close. He might get. Oh yeah, okay. It's a good
Juggles it.
Good
Broken
try.
up.
Good
Second
swat by
down.
Romo.
This game is
14-8. DDE starts with the ball. They got to make sure they're ready for the onside.
Hey, cameraman, do you mind restarting your Discord streams to 60 FPS if possible?
I don't want to lag.
Okay, Tony, do you mind if you're in the game?
Yeah, I'll stream it. Fine. I usually do 30, but I'll try 60. I would imagine resolution effects lag more than FPS probably. Are we breaking?
I was watching Lem's camera. I was watching Lem's camera at 30 FPS, and I think I'll miss like half a every 2 seconds. What do you think about the first half, Tony? The score is 14-8 in favor of DDE.
Oh no, the trade got rescinded, dude.
The
That's
trade?
horrible news. Yeah, Lakers traded for that good young center, and it got rescinded.
Oh, you think that the Mark was it Mark Williams or Mark?
Yeah, he was
You
averaging
think
like 16 and 10 off 20 minutes, and
you
he's like
think he failed
23 years
his?
old.
You think he failed his physical?
It's possible they didn't get it into the deadline on time. But yeah, anyways,
Oh,
first half, I mean, Finn finally looked like maybe for the first time this season, like he's getting in a rhythm on their second drive, their scoring drive. So we'll see if they can keep it up. Because I mean, if Finn and Irvine should be known for something, it should be high scoring offense, whether their defense is good or not.
I think for me, it's I think you whatever like your offense is gonna be your offense, but you have to prove that you're able to get defensive stops because they seem to lack that ability to
That's
stop
true. That is
stop
true.
plays on consecutive downs.
Yeah, they forced 2 turnovers on, I don't know, 7 or 8 possessions now to start the season. It's not a great rate. Oh, that's a perfect kick. Oh, he gets the worst possible bounce. Man, we've had 2 heartbreaking onsides this season.
Very good attempt though.
Yeah, that was a fantastic kick and fantastic job by Finn to get there. Any other bounce and it's probably recovered or at least fumbled.
See if Romo starts to take some chances, knowing that GgG will start gambling.
Let's see if it's a catch. Good catch. Yeah, they're probably going to try to get him to throw an interception short or something, which is really tough because Gurley, no matter what you think of him as a sack blitzer, which I'll be honest, he's kind of weak, but like he's definitely not a spire. So like he's chasing Romo no matter what.
He's running.
It also seems like he's hurting himself by banging into that wall and putting himself out of position.
Yeah, and I heard multiple people, Prism, maybe you, Lemnos, all mentioning it last week. You'd think Finn and Irv would have said something to him about it.
I promise you, they didn't say nothing.
Yeah, because look how far up. If Romo wanted the insta wall sneak down there, he probably would have had 10 yards because the wall launched him. What a throw!
Oh man, Gurley, I think if he just stayed committed to it might have been a sack.
Yeah, that was a strange time to spy. It looked like he was finally trying to spy, and he really had Romo kind of caught in a web 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Would you say that we're currently impressed by Romo's offense, or do you think this is what we expect from an OG like Romo?
He's running with it.
Well, he missed that icon, so bad time to ask, but it's what I expect. I mean, they only have 14 points, and they're playing against a team that plays incredibly fast, so I feel like they should have more points than they do, honestly, with that lineup.
Yeah, I would say that we're probably seeing a little bit more of a passive attack, but I mean, when plays are broken, it seems like good swap by Irvine. But it seems like maybe he is trying to go deep, but they're just covering it so well. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's just him. Maybe he doesn't want to run on Gurley, but I mean, I feel like they'd have at least one more touchdown if he was sneaking more. And against a better team, I mean, you gotta take the sneak when it's there.
I think
They
they need.
definitely
Yeah,
have the same blessing that we had, which is playing one of the weaker teams for your first game of the season.
well, here we go. We got a fourth down. Might be the first one we have from the
Yeah,
GgG side.
Gurley really like if they're yelling something right now, it's Gurley. Please don't slam into the wall because he'll get an insta wall sneak if it bounces you the wrong way.
See, I was just like a gamble and call it 2B here. You just gotta try
Yeah,
something new.
you gotta get a stop here. 4 minutes are already gone. It'll be another 3 minutes if they get this first. It's a good angle by Gurley. Stick with him, please. Go up.
Come on, girly. Come on, girly.
There you go.
Oh, good cover.
This is great defense. It should be a sack or a toss up. I mean, there should be nothing.
Come
He's
on,
just got to
girly.
angle. Oh, he's
Oh
got to
no,
dive.
girly.
He has to dive.
Oh
You've got
no.
this man 10 yards behind the first down marker.
Oh,
You've got
there.
to go
Oh,
in.
oh
Go
no. What's
in.
happening?
Go in. He's got him.
Let's go, girly.
What a sack. I mean, it took him 45 seconds, but huge play nonetheless.
And also kudos to Finn and Irvine for
Yeah.
covering all the icons and
Mhm.
cutbacks and improvs.
And like you said, that was the fourth down they forced, and they made it happen.
Yeah.
And that kind of brings me back to my point. Like, it seems like Romo wasn't even looking to sneak from the hike. You got to have it in your head when you only need 1 yard.
Yeah. Well, play of the game for the GG side, anyways, is Mr. Gurley right now. Let's see
That's
if they can
right.
capitalize.
Yeah, that was a huge sack too. It was like 15 yards to give him better field position. So
Oh, we see a free form play. Is it back down? Yes, it is. Mr. Cameraman. Oh, sorry, it was you, Tony. I forget.
oh yeah,
Lem.
sorry. Yeah, I'm just watching my dog. Make sure he doesn't do something. He's in the cone now. He's got the cone because of his surgery.
Oh,
Yeah, I totally missed that play. My bad.
no, you're good.
All right, so 14 minutes. The timing kind of plays into Finn's hands, although he might go too quick. let's say you score with 13 left. Romo takes 7 minutes. Maybe it's not in his hands. I can't see Finn taking a 6-minute drive.
I think it's too hard to predict right now. 14 minutes could go any way.
Yeah, right.
But what we do need is a Finn score here for them to
Yeah.
still be.
For anything I just said to even matter, they have to score a touchdown
Yep.
here.
Oh,
Second down.
seems like
Okay.
Romo's missing some tackles on the catch.
Yeah,
Irvine's been getting some good positive yards after the catch.
yeah, and it's on a slant. You just got to angle for the tackle there. You've already lost it.
Oh,
You've got
it's
the
a sneak.
touchdown. Yep.
Let's all right. Got ourselves well, I think they kicked it, which is the
They
smart
kicked it
logical
finally.
choice.
Yeah. Wow. So 15-14, they score. Yeah, because I mean now you're in complete control if Romo doesn't go for 2. Because if they score a touchdown, they go for 1. You just score a touchdown, you win the game off a kick. So smart decision.
I think what's going to be interesting here now, Tony, is that now the pressure is all on Romo and the veterans. Can they help each other out in this crucial drive to score, or will the nerves get them?
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of a reeling feeling because, I mean, they've stopped you 2 of your last 3 drives after you immediately got down the field, I think. So, and you're just never comfortable. Like, sure, Finn hasn't won the Super Bowl as QB, but I know in my game against him last year, guys got like God, it's like versing Tom Brady. He has the ball with 2 minutes left. He's just gonna score on us. And then Devin made those plays, fortunately, but yeah, he just scores so fast. Great throw.
Second down.
Good no boost there. Very smart. How do you stack your teams against these off what you've seen so far?
It's hard to say. I think our team is still learning to play with one another as well. My defense has been pretty unreliable as of late. So I think honestly, like against stacking up against any of these two teams, I think it's anyone's game. Of course, I'm still gonna have confidence that we'll make it competitive and
Yeah, of
a good
course.
game. But I truly do feel like it's anyone's game. How about
Do you,
yours,
do
the
you
Apes?
feel like I'll answer, but it's kind of relevant to what I'm going to ask. Do you feel like any teams are just head above other teams in this league, or it just feels really balanced this season?
Well, as we all know, it's mainly dictated by the QB's play,
Right.
and so far, Krusty has shown the best. Um, hmm, like I don't know how to say it, but I guess game management wise, he's shown the best game management so far. Um, I think
Third
that
down.
it's great to see your QB Smith playing with yourself and Devin and getting back his mojo. So let's hope that it continues. Um, but yeah, like it's gonna come down to like which QB is has the best day on in the game. Um, I think I would say that maybe 5 of the 7 teams has a pretty solid QB play, and the other 2 would be kind of inconsistent.
He's making a
Yeah.
run for it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more based on everything you just said. Because I mean, it's kind of what I've been preaching to Smith as well. Like in our scrims, so in the league game he didn't turn it over, but in our scrims when we turn it over, we're just so bad. But if we keep our offense foot on the pedal, no turnovers, like we feel like an elite team. And you're kind of seeing it in this game as well. Like the teams that turns the ball over less is probably going to be the one that wins tonight's game, probably by 1 touchdown.
Flattens the quarterback.
Also, what's kind of
Second
lacking in this
down.
game versus some other games that we've seen, Tony, is that although Gurley and Dan have been getting some sacks, none of them have really been putting the QBs in uncomfortable positions to make like the third and fourth downs more
Right.
difficult,
Big
right?
sacks. Yeah.
So like I think this is probably what's missing from both of these teams right now is that they need to consistently show every week, QB pressure. Otherwise, I think the QBs that we have today will be able to overcome any minor sack that we've seen so far.
Yeah. I know you, Krusty, don't really get phased by sacks. Smith gets sacked fairly often as well, and seems to be okay bouncing back. So yeah, I mean, you make a great point because Dan was getting all those sacks so fast, and he's kind of slowed down. And in a season-wide perspective, so to speak, last season he started really strong and then slowed down a lot. Albeit he kind of left for a bit, but they really just need someone that can consistently rattle the quarterback because that's what it's going to come down to this season.
Yeah, I think that's the privilege that your team has with Devin. Um, who else is a great blitzer? Seems like Kurt Krusty and Turkey.
Turkey, yep.
Yeah, they're leading the way. I think everyone else is probably like just behind them, but
Second
Good
down.
catch. All right, so we got 8 minutes left. Romo trying to take a lead here. It feels, because Finn drives so fast, it doesn't feel like this is a be-all, end-all type of drive. It feels like you could take a field goal, take the lead, maybe Finn scores, and you just go win anyways. So hopefully Romo's not feeling too stressed on this drive. Good run here.
He's running with it.
oh,
First down.
well, this is what you and I always preach, Tony. This is where we want them.
That's right. Yeah, that's a long one too because you're probably getting the touchdown instead of the first down. So it's kind of like 1st and 11.
I will say that Finn's coverage seems to be pretty soft at the moment. He's giving the receivers a lot of space. Not sure if he's getting in his own head or
Yeah,
if
I mean,
this
look
is
at this.
intentional.
Insta
Yeah,
slant out would just be wide open, and it would have
yeah.
been. He calls the steps. I think that's the right. No, oh, it's a counter rule. Wow, against
Mr.
Irv.
Irv.
I wouldn't call that. Yeah, I
Second
think Irv
down.
is my. I know Prism was saying WCK, but I feel like Irv is just the best coverage player. And that stops the clock, and you're on 2nd and 11 now. So
He's making a run for
oh,
Oh,
maybe I can't even begin to hypothesize what happened. Like you would think it was a bad hike, but he insta boosted as well.
yeah. Wonder what happened
don't-
there.
Yeah, it looked like a design sneak, but then he like changed his mind or something and tried to back off. So not a great play there.
I don't know what happened there, but they're fortunate they didn't lateral fumble it.
Dan on 332 APM while on offense, by the way. It's
Finn,
early throw, but Finn just not staying true once again.
fourth down.
I want to say they're gonna wait. You
You
think they're
could
like field goal?
5 minutes. I don't know. I really just think Finn doesn't have a milk bone in his body. Like I think you kick the field goal here, and it looks like he's lining up to do so. I think at
Lining up
most
for the
Finn
field
will
goal.
take 3 minutes, and then you can try and go win the game. He missed
Is
it.
that miss?
Yeah, that's full left.
Oh no.
Oh well. Now, so they're down 15-14. That's tough.
Second kick we see miss this week.
How did he miss that?
Oh, is that a bug?
Yeah,
What happened there? The hell?
I don't know. How do you handle this?
Can he even hike it?
Oh, he's gonna turn it over so that they'll be on the 10-yard line, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I've seen this before. They couldn't hike, but it looks like he can, so that's good. So I'll fix that. Oh, that's good. Big brain Finn. But yeah, up by 1. I mean, what do you do? Or I should say, down by 1. What do you do here on defense? Are you gambling to get the ball back?
Oh, on defense, I think you have to. I think you have to. Even if you let them score, hope that they go for an extra
one.
point.
Or
Then
if they go
they,
for 2 and fail, yeah.
yeah,
That way it's coming down to 1 play instead of him getting a bunch of first downs and leaving you with 1 minute.
yeah. And I don't expect Finn to change his pace or his game. He's just gonna keep going quickly.
Yep. That is very unfortunate. They got to 1st and goal essentially and just completely folded. An early throw, a designated sneak, and a missed field goal. So.
This is why we preach what we preach, Tony. It's where we
That's
want
right.
it.
The hard zone. Yeah. And I mean, Finn didn't even stay true. If he did, they probably would have just had everything covered.
True.
Definitely
Finn,
hard to score.
it's true. Finn and I are looking like the weakest coverage in the league right now.
That should be a catch. Oh no! The long tip.
Irvine with
Oh,
another drop late in the
that is
game.
a heartbreaker. Yeah. That one, I don't know how he could have played it better. I guess he rides it all the way. It's an incomplete instead of an int, but it's just an unfortunate tip for sure.
He needed to angle away from it and then cut to it.
Says the guy who let me throw 12 interceptions last season.
Yes.
All the T2 wide receivers are upset that such a dropper in Irvine is still T1.
That's right. No. Yeah, that's a really hard catch. Well, because it seemed like he had the angle for the insta catch, so I could see what he was thinking.
You go for the block all the time. In that scenario, you go for
always
that
ride
block.
it out. If there's something Lem is good at catching RB, it's riding the ball out all the way. All right, well, now you're 330 and you just need a field goal to win, albeit you just missed one, so maybe you want a touchdown here.
True.
That
Well,
was
GgG start timing or calling timeouts here.
True as well, yeah. But yeah, I think that was the easiest possible field goal because they were on the 9-yard line, I believe. So.
Oh, Finn gave it up.
Yep.
They do not care.
It's not deep, yeah. It's gamble defense. It's smart, but I mean, good tackle recovery. That's the problem with gamble defense. Is at the end of the day, Curly's still gonna have to contain the run.
Yeah, if you're gonna give up the touchdown, you might as well just there you go. You got Irvine blitzing now.
Yeah. Because you're just having Finn jump short, Irv contain the run, and then maybe he panic icons or something. Definitely a good defensive call.
There it is.
Yeah. Great.
Oh,
Finn,
Romo. Oh, Romo.
Stay back. Yeah, so good.
Oh, Finn!
Finn is the worst defender of the year. Oh, no!
What is happening?
What was that ankle? Gurley he didn't trust Gurley, I guess. I don't even know, man. I know
there
I'm
we
running
go.
my mouth, but my brain is speechless. Like, Finn they played it perfectly. How do you let that happen?
Yeah, I don't know what Finn was thinking there. It's 90% of the time gonna be an icon.
Yep, because Gurley was gonna get at least a 2-yard tackle loss. That should be a sack. Oh no!
Oh, Gurley inefficiently using his boost.
Oh, smart. Great play by Romo, not going out. All right, well, let's see. They have 2 more timeouts after that. Now, if there is a bright side mentally for GgG, it's that Romo did miss a kick. So if you don't give a touchdown, maybe he misses again.
What's the Vegas odds saying on another missed kick?
Yeah, we'd need Prism, the Vegas guy, to. I'd definitely say it was nerves on that first kick because he kicked within like 3 seconds.
Look at this
He's
2V.
not gonna throw it. He's not gonna throw it. Oh, Finn's got it! Oh my! I mean, what are you? Oh my goodness!
What
Romo,
a defensive call.
Okay, this is the result. I know we're both just not even finishing sentences because this is such a ridiculous game, but like, clearly that was a result of him missing the field goal because he's like, I don't want to get sacked here. I don't want to settle for a field goal. I'm throwing it up. And
I can't believe they didn't just throw a touchdown. Like, fuck it. Like, why?
yeah,
like
hello. You can't play defense for 2 minutes. You've held him to 15 points the entire game. Now he can win off a field goal. I mean, yeah, I don't know. You knew they were giving up the touchdown. You just take it there. Every quarterback's taking that there.
Yeah, that was like 5 plays in a row. They just showed their hand.
Yeah, literally giving up bot deep every play. Split biscuits here. Maybe just looking for the run. He doesn't respect the Dan blitz. I forget who else calls that. I think it's Krusty, where he just sends them both biscuits and says, I'm sneaking here. Maybe Lemnos. I don't remember, but it's going to be in Dan's hands.
For anyone playing bingo, I'm going to put some Vegas odds that this team is most likely to implode.
Which team's that? DDE?
I mean, after a collapse of a game like this is crazy.
Oh, yeah, I forgot they're losing. Wait, that's why Finn's just running. Yeah, I was thinking Finn needed a field goal. He literally just won.
Yes, as long as he doesn't fumble it, they should be all right.
Wow, that is an absolute collapse. Man, you better get the questions ready. I got nothing. I'm astounded.
Oh, I got some.
Gurley got a win before Kite and Romo did. Irv, please. -8 yards.
Don't fumble it. Don't lateral it.
Yeah, lateral. I know he boosted at the end. That would have been very, very funny if he fumbled on accident with the lateral. Well, GG, there it is.
What a game.
GgG getting their first win of the season in an extremely strange game.
Yes. All right. Shall we move over to?
Yeah, I think we do the winners first. So, Lem, if you want to go to GgG, if you're here.
I'll drag it.
That's square, yeah.
Y'all
well.
good for an interview?
Yeah.
All right. Congrats on the win, guys. But a nail biter of the game that was, and how fortunate you guys were for that to happen. Finn, I guess walk us through what was the defensive call in those last five defensive stuff plays you guys had.
I wanted to 3B as soon as he picked that ball, and literally just, I don't care. I didn't want to do anything, but everyone still wanted to play a little bit, so we kind of tried to play a little bit defense. But he was just, he
was
would
still
not
we were
throw.
still
Even if it was,
giving
yeah,
up
even if it was open, he wasn't throwing, so we're like, all right, fuck it. We just go all in. If he wants to throw it, and we're not covering anyone, fuck it.
Yeah,
We're not covering anyone.
Wayne and I both agreed that it was a phenomenal defensive call. Like, you were clearly giving up the touchdown, and Romo just didn't want the free touchdown, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. That's all we were trying to do at that point. Because we were pretty positive. We just wanted to run out the clock and kick a field goal, so we were like, fuck it. Get as much time as we can and do what we can.
Would you say that you guys were lucky?
Oh,
Finn?
absolutely.
because-
Absolutely.
I mean, to be fair,
the first
that last
icon you
pick,
guys missed.
that last pick though was BS. Like, I made that catch a million times boosting into the spawn. It didn't give it to me somehow, and then he got it. So they
Yeah,
kind of got a
Lemnos-
second shot with that.
Lemnos
They
tried to
kinda got a little
criticize
lucky.
it. He was saying, "Oh, you just blocked that." That's what Wayne said too. But
Right. Well,
but I was saying, like, that's such an unlikely extended tip. Like, you probably thought you just had the catch.
I thought I had it
mean,
100%.
we all thought he had the catch. I was literally, the comment was, I think it's early enough to where it's an easy catch. And it looked like it, but somehow Romo touched him, I guess, and made the tip happen. Oh
Yeah.
well.
Girly, this is your moment to shine. You rested all week for this moment. You came out with the win.
I'm just saying, Gurley, the only one, didn't make a single mistake today. Not a single one. Everything we asked him to do, he did perfectly.
The only mistake I did was not get 10 sacks. I got like
There
maybe
it
3 or
is.
4.
But you got a sack when it mattered on fourth.
He got a big
sack, and that was a
sack.
turnover. And
Yeah.
that was huge.
He pulled his weight. He was honestly the only one that didn't make a mistake on
He
either team, I think.
He also
And I'm just saying, he also
failures,
didn't
but
make a mistake last week either. He was 13 targets, 13 receptions.
That's
Stop the
right.
Gurley hate.
He also, oh yeah, I was about to say we need to get on the Finn hate train. He also did something that Finn could not do, and that was stay true and get a SWAT. So.
Oh my god.
Yes, Gurley, well done. I was saying during the game that I think you had the biggest play of the game for your team defensively with that fourth down sack. We were waiting all 40 seconds for you to sack Romo there. All 40 seconds of it.
He
But
did
well
sneak on
done.
me. Thank you.
I mean, I was watching. He was just trying to not let him through, so I think that was good. He was safe
This
blitzing, which is
game,
what we wanted.
I was listening to what everybody was saying, and like I kept diving that first game, so I was like, okay, just contain. So that's what I was doing this game: contain, and it paid off.
There you go.
We did.
Yeah, it is.
All right, 20. Any more questions for you guys?
No, I was just really astounded the whole game, so I didn't have much to say. But you guys got a good win, a really difficult win. So
Yeah.
GG. I mean, as we keep saying, Gurley can only get better and better. As long as Finn starts doing something on defense, you guys should be good.
Listen, man.
Listen, so
Listen.
congratulations.
Hey, he had that pick at the end.
That's also a really important win because based on what we saw out of DDE there, they might be one of the ones fighting for a playoff berth near the bottom of the standings as well. So that gives you tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got actually one more question for you, Gurley. Next week, you guys will seems to be playing the Resilient Lions, your former team. Anything you want to say heading into that game?
Who, me?
Yeah,
Who's on that team?
it's
Prism?
Prism, Tuca, Jeff, and Gasol.
That's gonna be an interesting game because Tuca's new and then Jeff is just coming back. So I think that's gonna be a fun game.
Do you have any extra fire in you? Like, I mean, it being your former team's kind of a meme because it was literally a full year ago.
Yeah.
But also, Tuca and Gasol are like competing with you for Rookie of the Year. So,
Oh wow.
are you gonna try and
I
hoop on
think
them?
Gurley. I'm gonna say now Gurley's the straight ahead front runner for that,
Yeah.
and it ain't even close.
I'm gonna play consistent throughout. You know, just like the Chiefs, consistent. That's what I'm gonna do, and we're gonna win the Super Bowl.
Don't you say the Chiefs' name to me for the next 24 hours, buddy.
All right, well, congrats, guys. Good win. Looking for hopefully you guys build on this momentum, and Irvine work on that catching. Thank you.
God damn it. Where's the dev?
To be interviewed.
Hello.
What's up to Ryan?
Yeah, we can finish. We'll finish talking, Dan.
Okay.
All right, Tony, you want to start things off?
Sure. Really, really tough loss tonight, but it was your first game together. I was saying during the cast, like Romo doesn't get to practice much in general. I hadn't seen Dan on pubs as much, albeit I'm not on late night. So you guys can only really go up, and you literally lost by 1 point. Romo,
Yeah,
was the missed field goal in your head at the end of the game when you threw that up instead of taking a sack?
no, it wasn't in my head. That was just the stupidest mental error because I was telling them like we just want to drain the clock. Like I don't even care if I get a sack, and then I just tried to force it. Like that was just a stupid boneheaded play because it doesn't matter if I get a sack there because the clock's ticking.
I know you're very aware, and Dan is very aware when you guys play the game. If you had to play that same situation again, are you just throwing the touchdown that they were giving you?
Probably not, honestly, because I don't want to put them in a position. Like I don't think that we would have. They probably would have been able to get down the field. I didn't want to risk it. If I had to play it again, I would have. I need to listen to Dan because Dan was calling. If I'm thinking about the right play, it was open. The wraith was open. The one where I iconed kite and it was intercepted. The wraith was open, and my brain went and shut off and didn't listen, and it would have been an easy completion, but I forced the icon there, or even taken this. I could have taken the sack there. So this loss is purely on me. Between the missed field goal, which was my finger twitching and hitting the keyboard and causing it to go far left, my finger just twitched on the keyboard, so I was annoyed about that. The interceptions I had, that I threw, just so many boneheaded plays. I'm really annoyed at how bad it was, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that was a heartbreaker type of game for sure, Romo. I do feel like the GGG got very, very lucky um, in different scenarios. But if you were to take any positive thing from this game, what would you say to that?
Well, it doesn't count as a win, but I really thought that we were the better team today, so at least I'll take that. Obviously we lost the game in the end, but I felt like just we were the better team overall, and then I just had some boneheaded mistakes on my side. So I liked some of the chemistry we had on offense, the communication we had on defense. So there's some good things going for us. I think if I can just clean up those mental mistakes, we'll be a lot better.
Yeah, and Kite, obviously, like the icon was probably unexpected, but could you walk us through what you were seeing during that play? Were you looking? Did you see the Wraith open, so you were 100% not even looking for any icons there?
Well, what happened is they were both up there, so I figured if one of them pulled back and I was up top close to them and the icon, they could int it, and the Wraith was wide open. I was yelling Wraith, Wraith, Wraith. Or
Yeah, my brain was just shut off. Like they were
yeah,
saying it, and I
I
just
see.
didn't listen.
it's all good. and also I thought he threw Wraith, like, and then like by the time I saw the mine was to me, it was already too late. So
Yeah, purely me for this loss. They were great teammates. They did everything I asked them to. Great plays, just T4 $2 Romo.
No, well, you guys, I think were leading for most of this way. So yeah, unfortunate series of events, and again, I guess you be having quarterback experience, and now having lost this game because it came down to what seems like a 2 point conversion. Obviously, you guys missed the field goal, so if you had made it, it would be a different story we'd be talking right now. But do you think that going for two should be more? Should you guys be more aggressive going for the 2 point, or are you happy with just continuously playing the way that you guys have so far?
We're good. It's just nerves. The adrenaline within Romo is still happening right now. You can tell within his voice and his tone. And it's just, the first game nerves because last year he played a couple games, but this is truly his first game. This is his team, right? And we had so many opportunities to go ahead and put the nail in the coffin, even on that 4th and 1. We could have, kicked the field goal, gone up 2 possessions there. And then also, we just threw interceptions. Like the first interception was communicated, and it's just synergy, right? It's just trying to go ahead and learn what's going on, and then trying to go ahead and calm down the nerves. And I totally get it too, especially being nervous. I remember being with Synergy Senores and being with Tony and being a little bit nervous and being a little bit pepped up and hyped up. And I was just trying to, keep Bremont like, hey, you're good. But yeah, the last one was definitely just a heartbreaker. It's heartbreaking because I had Finn's number all night, besides when he was just wall sneaking. And it's the first game of the season, so we just learn
That
from it
first
and then
int,
get better.
I just want to say that first int, it wasn't on Dan. I meant to boost and I just threw it. So that's another mental mistake. So just full of mental mistakes for me
Oh,
today.
speaking of which, just real quick before we end it, your guys's what was it, first and goal from the 11 essentially? What happened that series? Like you had one where you hiked and then you insta boost forward and then you walked backwards. Was that just did you misclick or something?
The
Because
one where I like immediately
that
snuck.
series is the one that ended in the missed field goal. Yeah, where you like insta snuck. Was that
Um,
a planned sneak or just
it was a planned sneak because Gurley was playing really far off. When I was like, oh, he's really far off. Like I can probably sneak for like 3 or 4 yards here. Um, and then I just basically just bumbled it with my clicks
got it?
because yeah, so it was just that's a mental mistake because obviously like as I go to hike it, he's gonna come up and
Mhm.
start blitzing. So it's just nerves, I guess. I mean,
I
because
will
I would never do
say
that stuff in normal
one
pucks.
positive thing, and it's about Dan. Oh my God, no!
Oh my god, you
But-
say something. I gotta leave this
so
room.
me and Dan, strong personalities like everyone else does, but as he showed last season, he's really the right guy to help someone with their nerves. Like CJ was very nervous the whole last season, and you guys fielded I should say myself too, a competitive team every week. So I think once you guys gel, I mean, you still held them to 15 points. You'll be fine. So just keep your head up. Don't don't overanalyze. Sometimes it's good to simplify things, and you guys will compete.
Yeah, minus those mistakes I had, which I see as unacceptable, like the missed field goal, both my interceptions. I mean, I don't make dangerous throws like that. I could have just taken the sack there. And then the 4th and 1, like Dan was calling for the field goal, but I'm like, oh, it's 4th and 1, we should be able to get it, and then turnover. So like we left so many points on the board. I mean, it should not have been a close game. So really annoyed at how I played.
Yeah,
All
it's
good.
a
Go next.
yeah.
We learned.
Last
First game of
last
the
question.
season, baby.
Last question from me, guys, and then we can wrap it up. Is next week you guys are heading into playing the Legion, aka Lemnos' team. Um, Romo, anything you'd like to say heading into that matchup for next week?
Uh, Lemnos, I hope that you're still sick and you can't blitz me.
I'm sick.
All right,
You can
guys.
sit this week. Sit next
Fuck
week.
iPod. He got lucky.
Curtis RNG.
Every
GG.
dog has his day.
All right.
Ending stream.
GG's